Taiwan question, a stratagem in the open. So just before the election of the Taiwan region, I have these few words to say. To express this opinion will benefit me nothing personally. Rather, it's time and energy consuming and might even pose great risk on my reputation. But I've got to say it anyway. Historically speaking, Taiwan is inarguably part of China. The Qing dynasty regained control of the island in 1686 from the former Ming dynasty supporter Zheng and ruled the island since that time before the Imperial Japan seized control of it in 1895 through the Treaty of Shimonoseki. After the World War II and the defeat of the Japanese fascism, Taiwan Island, also known as the Formosa Island during the Japanese ruling period, along with all the other territories occupied, was returned back to China through the Potsdam Declaration and the 1943 Cairo Declaration, which was later confirmed by the Japanese government through the 1972 Japan-China Joint Communique, which still can be found on the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. It says as follows. 3. The government of the People's Republic of China reiterates that Taiwan is an inalienable part of the territory of the People's Republic of China. The government of Japan fully understands and respects this stand of the government of the People's Republic of China, and it firmly maintains its stand under Article 8 of the Potsdam Proclamation. Now that we all agree upon the fact that Taiwan is part of China, the only question is that which China does it belong to? This is a hard one to answer. Before the establishment of the PRC, there's no doubt that Taiwan is part of the ROC. But after the defeat of KMT in the mainland of China, Chiang Kai-shek and the rest of the KMT fled to the other side of the strait and was shielded by the mighty US Navy. The newly born PLA Navy was weak. For decades, it was incapable of fighting the US Navy and took the Taiwan Strait by force. For my fellow American friends, just imagine as follows. If the Great Britain intervened in the American Civil War in the interest of the cottons of the South by force, and the North was unable to conquer the South, leaving the Confederate State of America to exist, it would be very much like the situation of the current ROC, i.e. Taiwan. Some would argue that since the Taiwan region has its own government, currency, military, passport, election system, etc., and is recognized as a country, albeit under the name of Republic of China, by some other finite countries, albeit the number is shrinking. It is an independent country. So did the CSA in 1860. Some would also argue that the Taiwan Island has never been ruled by the CPC. So hadn't the southern states been ruled by the Yankees? The Civil Wars of America and China have lots of similarities. The only difference is that the latter was intervened and prolonged. The Taiwan region wasn't always a democracy. The KMT was deemed even more authoritarianism than the CPC during its ruling of Taiwan before the year of 1987, when the martial law of Taiwan was finally abolished. The US shielded such a regime, not for the interest of democracy, nor for the interest of the Taiwanese people. No, not at all. Only for the own interest of the USA. Thus, what's the best way to gain as much interest for the Taiwanese people as possible? Finally, we're about to arrive at the point of this video. Behold Macau, as a wise senior once said, it's best to stay low and make a fortune. Macau benefited a lot from the mainland of China since its return back to the motherland in 1999. It has one of the highest GDP per capita. It gained the right to use the Zhuhai-Hengqin district. The mainland Chinese fighters came to the Macau's aid when it's struck by natural disasters, and the Macau people have their lifestyle and political systems mostly untouched. Taiwan could do the same. The one country, two systems was initially designed to solve the Taiwan question, but it bears the best fruit in Macau as an example. The Taiwanese leader should bargain with the PRC government as long as the sovereignty of PRC over the island is recognized. Other conditions can be sky high. Unilateral most favored treatment, unilateral customs-free policy, exempt of taxes, allowance to set up embassies in other countries and take part in international activities under the name of Taiwan SAR, China, etc. You name it. War is costly. It's not a viable option for the PRC to unify Taiwan by force. So any negotiation chips that's less costly than a war can be discussed, no matter how unfair it seems for the side of the mainland of China. Just seize this opportunity for the Taiwanese people, please. The Muslims have a Taqiya principle, hide the true thought for the sake of benefits. The Taiwanese people can do the same, as long as the rights of democracy and freedom are largely untouched, and a huge economic boost is guaranteed. It won't cost a penny to claim to be a part of the PRC under the One China, Two Systems policy. Sure, the mainland of China has to yield lots of interests to the island, but as long as it's less costly than a war, any condition can be acceptable. And President Xi will certainly agree on such a deal, since the reunification of Taiwan, albeit nominal, will make him the leader who achieved the goal of accomplish the unification of China and has been remembered in history. Most mainland Chinese will also agree on such a deal for the sake of vain patriotism. A little portion of the whole mainland Chinese people might disagree, for deals that lean too much to the Taiwan side might harm the interests of the mainland economically, but it doesn't matter. PRC has a system of so-called democratic centralism, and opponents can do little. By trading the recognition of the PRC sovereign over Taiwan for practical interests is simply an act of pragmatism. Avoid a war and solve the Taiwan question for good is not only in the interest of the people of both sides of the Taiwan Strait. It's in the interest of all the human race. It's even in the interest of the people of the United States. Yes, you heard me right. Hinder the rights of China by playing the Taiwan card poses great risk of a Sino-US conflict. To the United States, Taiwan is only one of the cards to play with. Yet for China, the Taiwan question is a red line. A nominally unified China will focus much less on the building of a strong army, avoiding an arms race and the nominalization of China-US relationship is beneficial for all. But this will be a topic saved for the next video. Thank you for watching. If you agree, please share this video so that more people can see. If you disagree, please comment below. Thanks again. Peace out.